first time in a long time, all established Canada Championships on the line. Though we'll begin and end the event with non-title matches. First, a Halloween rematch. Strongheart versus the Missing Link. Match 2. For the DFW Tag Team Championship. Team Satan, who won the #1 contendership on Halloween, and former holders of this title, shall challenge Team Owens. So it's the only non-Canada title, so it should be farthest from the main event. So, a couple of look-ins here. Trust. Still a D trust for Kevin Owens, which is irksome. We've had him in a main event. We've had him in a title match, and he's still not content, apparently. As you can see in the lower right there, trust D. But on the bright side, if you look at Mr. Stoic's trust, Kevin's cousin Eddie, formerly of DFW, is now A. So winning back his DFW title seems to really agree with him. He's happy. Match 3, which is the 3-on-3. So we'll start with the champs there. Jin Dynasty, now 2-time 6-tag champions. The Trick Prince being the continuity between the two teams, which I think the Trick Prince really can take much credit for the win. Really. There's his title belt. For he did set the stage early, you might recall. He hit more than one tombstone piledriver against rival leader Wolf Hockfield, and the Wolf was ultimately the one to tap out. Now, perhaps in all fairness, Team Canada, as we knew them, was comprised of Wolf, Omega, Sensation, who have been the heart of 6-tag. Perhaps they should get an immediate rematch against Jin Dynasty, but Team Canada as a name is very generic and could be applied in a general way to several teams that we have in this promotion. So, especially in light of the 2-man Sharpshooter version 2 also lost their title, could not be a better time to reconfigure some Canadian teams. And so, the Hitman, the Canadian Sensation, and Blue Hair will comprise, as requested name-wise, the Sharpshooter Syndicate, which is a team I've been building toward for quite some time. So also, here's the level of commitment here. We go to the top right here, we can view lists by stable. Sharpshooter is now its own stable, so presumably they will be interested in the 6-tag title going forward. Speaking of forward, match 4. For the Junior Championship. So out, briefly there, is Miguel. As you see, he's got a red in the neck. Again, a junior needs recovery. Mexico Miguel this time. It's getting to be a routine. It seems like each month one of the juniors has to sit. The junior division is turning into the most cutthroat, violent affair we have here in Canada. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the new junior champion, Christian. So, as we may have mentioned, his finishing move is the Unprettier, which I think he used at least once against Mexico Miguel. You couldn't really tell if he's been made any less pretty in the face by getting dropped on it. Is he any uglier? Only Mexico Miguel knows. He'd have to look at himself in the mirror later on with the mask off. But anyway. So, what is there to know? Salary, just under $1,400. Very reasonable monthly salary. He's a showman, so he'll have to presumably gradually learn our strong style. I'd be tempted to make this a showman match just because his trust is D. So he's more likely to improve if we put him in the match style that he likes. What you think about that? Popularity B here in America. So I don't know. What should we do? Should we honor Shota, who's been a long-time contributor here, by having this match be the strong style? Or do we favor the champ, who maybe has earned fighting in his showman style? But no, I think ultimately it has to be strong style, because we eventually want everyone wrestling our style. I mean, what if Christian goes on a remarkable run as champion and just repeated showman matches will never get him as strong? Okay, so it has to be a strong style match. And we'll hope that being in title matches pretty regularly will get that trust up to C. We shall have to see. So, this is a fun way to make this rivalry a little more interesting. You may have heard the term Christ the Redeemer. There's a statue in Brazil called Christ the Redeemer. So you might say that this match is Christ the Redeemer versus the irredeemable Shota. Why not add a little religious context to put more meat on the bone for this contest? Match 5. Another Halloween rematch. As newly recrowned Canadian Tag Team Champions, Team Terrible will defend against Team Big. So this is the rubber match, the 2 out of 3. They each have one victory against each other. And we'll break that tie here in November. So one more championship. Match 6. Okay. So, post Team Pearl Harbor losing in tag action on Halloween, Wise Man Ted Axel walks over to the Baron Charles in the dressing room, saying, perhaps, "Hey, I just want to say, I'm sorry." To which the Baron replies, "Ah, don't worry about it. We've lost matches before." To which Axel replies, "Oh no, I mean, sorry about your Canadian heavyweight championship." And so the Baron might give a confused look, saying, "What about it?" Ted Axel says, "Just that your reign is just so fake and so phony." So the Baron would gradually turn his head to regard him. "What?" To which the wise man says, "Well, everyone knows there's a guy around here, 1-0, undefeated against you in heavyweight title matches. That's got to be tough for you to live with. In fact, I believe that person happens to be me. Yeah, if memory serves, when I was Canadian champion, I beat you, didn't I? What was it? 1, 2, I'm pretty sure it was 3, fair and square. Memories are fun, eh? As these Canadians like to say." Anyway, yeah, again, just sorry you have to walk around pretending, feeling like a complete fraud, knowing you're really not the best this promotion has to offer. It must keep you awake at night. And so, clearly, the gauntlet has been thrown down. Needless to say, the gauntlet is picked up, and Pearl Harbor must explode again for Canada's heavyweight championship. So the match is set, Ted Axel versus Baron Charles. And, side note, Baron Charles received his well-deserved, requested pay raise. He'd been at the $4,000 mark, and he's now mid-4,000s for monthly salary. Okay, one more. The main event. So, more behind the scenes interactions. Kenny Omega, frustrated over the 6-tag title loss, confronts Wolf Hockfield in the dressing room. "Why does it seem like every time the two of us lose a title match, it's always you who gets finished? I know we win or lose as a team, sure, I get it. But it's a little coincidental, You lose the title for us, while I'm on the ring apron thinking WTF again." So, if Pearl Harbor is going to have their rematch, and since CEO Derek Bogart doesn't have opponents lined up for us as Team Canada Blue, what say you and I have the rematch we never had? So, the rematch, a year and a half in the making, going back to episode 5, following their tag title defeat. It's Kenny Omega in the blue corner wearing blue against Wolf Hockfield in the red corner wearing red. The second fallout of Team Canada Blue. So the matches are set. Let's look at the venue. So we'll go from 7, which is thought to be lucky, to 13, which is perhaps unlucky. 13 being our audience forecast in the 13,000s. 13 and a third thousand. So we're short of a sellout for the venue for the 15,000, but at max ticket price of $100, as you see on the right there, times the audience projection, should roughly equate to $1.33 million in event revenue. Now that's some serious money. Okay, we can confirm, I believe. Confirm. So let's take care of a couple pieces of business before starting the matches. So we'll start with management. Produce merchandise. Let's get this done as quick. So we're back to the goods. We sold the rest on Halloween. And I feel like even though we're popularity A now for promotion, which we will look at, it's big news. I feel like 5,000 that we've been producing for goods has been the correct amount. And I feel like until I see something definitive, which tells me to go any higher, I think I should just stick with 5,000 until I'm sure I'm ready to go up to 10,000. Because I don't want stale merchandise sitting around. So 5,000's worked for us. We'll stick with that until it's plain we need to improve. So 10% discount still for, this is probably the last time we benefit from this 10% discount. Because by the time we sell this product, it'll be into the new year, and who knows who will be sponsored by, who knows how much that'll change. So another 5,000. I guess that could have been an argument to make 10,000 as long as we have the discount and just, but no, I still feel like 10,000 still feels like we're getting ahead of ourselves. So I'm just going to go with 10,000. I'm comfortable with it. Okay, also in training center, also in management, we need the training center. Okay, so the gym, we have to think about the gym. So while we still have the discount from Strong Management, who gives us training center discounts, we can save $60,000, $60,000 on an upgrade that I know is coming. So as you can see there, to expand the gym, $540,000. That's with the 10% discount. So normally it's $600,000. So it's a big discount. I mean, 60 grand. That's not peanuts. And I know I'm going to want to add more wrestlers. I know we're going to need a bigger gym. So I know this is coming. But the thing is, I genuinely want to break that $10 million mark at the end of the year, and a $500,000 plus investment is going to put a dent in that aspiration. So, man, I feel like I almost don't want to do this. Yet, why pay more later? Like I say, I know I'm gonna expand the gym. There's no guarantee we'll have Strong Management going forward or any discount on the training center. So, the long term needs to be considered. So what I'll do, just because I'm so hum and haw about it, I think I'll make the final decision in December, which is the final month before the sponsorship deals will be renewed. Actually, wait a minute. I think I misspoke regarding the merchandise, because we're still going to have Jumbo Mart for another year, because that's actually a 2-year deal. Jumbo Mart gives us 10% discount on goods. That's the one sponsorship we had that's going to actually be 2 years. So so this is going to carry over into the new year anyway. But sorry, but the Strong Management deal concludes at the end of this year. Okay, moving on. Let's just move on. I think I've made my point. For now, though, we are going to repair these facilities that are in normal condition. Because, you know, if I don't repair these things and then something happens, I'll feel like such a boob. These are much smaller dollar values, as you see, ranging, you know, in the thousands, not the hundreds of thousands. So let's just knock this off. So for medical, the judo coach, which helps with taking hits without getting injured. Restore that to good. Balance ball, train your core to reduce chance of injury. $94. That seems like a reasonable thing to do to maintain a good condition there. Ring doctor, physical examination to determine possible risk of injury. $29.70, 2 from 9 is 7. $29.70. Clinic, consult with doctor for health and self-care advice. Increases injury recovery speed. $1,200, some odd, small price to pay. Lounge, I'm thought of not doing this, but we have a couple D's, a couple C's. It's $3,700 is not a huge amount in the grand scheme. I feel like if I don't repair this, I will stew about should I have. And finally, rec room to scout wrestlers more easily. There's still some guys out there in the wrestling world I want to find. Okay. So the mat work coach is already in good condition, so we'll leave that. Okay. So that was $13,000 in restorations. To go along with another 13 we saw in the audience projection, so risking a good hearty double dose of bad luck, but what's the worst that could possibly happen? Okay, just one more thing, I think. No, two more things. We'll quickly glance at it because I did mention it. We go to promotion stats. Top middle there. Our popularity in the America region has in fact progressed to A. So it seemed to take a while, but glad to be there. Hopefully that will reflect well in different aspects of our goals in terms of whether it's drawing crowds or selling merchandise, however that works. So there's that, and who knows, maybe someday, if we run this promotion long enough, we'll reach that magical S rating. S for super. Okay, so this is the last thing for sure. I think I can promise that. Just want to quickly view title belts you haven't examined lately. Or maybe we have, but I've got some thoughts, so we're back. So we'll start from the ground up. As I said, again, Jin Dynasty is now a 2-time 6-tag champion. Can they record an actual title defense this time into the record book? So far, as you see, only the Wolf has done that. Junior, as we mentioned, first ever Canadian to hold this title. First ever actual Canadian junior champion. So now that the limited landscape here has changed, interesting to reflect back on the two-man history. So you notice there's been one extra reign by Mexico Miguel, but one title defense for the irredeemable Shota. So I think that's as even of a rivalry as we've seen here in Canada. I don't know if you can get more even. Okay. Tag team. So we can confirm that, yes, in fact, 4 reigns, as I mentioned, for Team Terrible. And the only team to ever defend this title. Including that. So there you go, 1, 2, 3. Including that monster. 7 defense reign, which will be hard to match in any division. Okay, so finally, regarding the Barons Heavyweight Championship, I think we'll hold off on examining that list, because should he hold on to that title for one more defense, it might just set up something pretty special for his next. So stay tuned for December. It might get real interesting. But before that, November of year 2. Match 1. Starting out Strongheart. Though he's not going to be the first one to come down to the ring. This is a Strongheart singles opener. If you recall, episode 8, Strongheart was in the opening match. I don't know if that was his debut or what. Got the handy cool ass record book here. See, operate under a bit of a low light here, rather. August. Yeah, I don't know if August was Strongheart's debut. August of year 1. I'm not seeing him otherwise. Perhaps upon a closer look, I might find something, but no, I think this might have been his debut. Anyway, headbutt, green headbutt. Start us off with missing link, body slam, gut stomp. You recall, fittingly, another headbutt to somewhere else. If you recall from Halloween, fittingly, the missing link won the first contest between these two. I say fittingly because he looks like he could go out go out on Halloween looking like he does. About as scary as it gets. And the eye rake, followed by a clubbing blow using the head as a weapon again. Headbutt to the back of his opponent's head. Jeez. Brutality, stomp to the back of the head. Biting. Okay, among other things, the missing link doesn't mind splitting someone open, and there it is. Strongheart wears red. Also fittingly, to be in this Canada promotion. And now he's wearing red in another sense. Oh, the Death Valley Driver, however, one of several rather spectacular power moves that Strongheart will employ at some point or another. Using that head as a weapon. Wonder if he might further bust open his opponent by headbutting the cut area. Seems particularly malicious, but missing link does seem to be a heel in all other regards. Frankensteiner into a pin combination. Might be a move to save for later. When the opponent's a bit worn down, maybe you can catch him by surprise. Old school back body drop. Why wouldn't the Missing Link have that? And then a diving. Looked like a headbutt. Again. And again down low. Oh boy. Missing Link is having a pretty hot start in this first 5 minutes. Just an array of... Oh, can we get maybe a warning for low blows? Especially with the headbutt. That seems particularly horrific. Snap suplex. Snap strong heart suplex. Just trying to break this momentum. There's that battering ram. Battering ram headbutt. And then that running headbutt again. Running, falling headbutt again. Oh boy. Using his head as just an absolute weapon in this match. Diamond cutter. In reply, and then that rolling armbar. Strongheart, he's putting up a fight. He's putting moves together. And he eats an eye rake, and he's been harried this entire time. Repeated headbutts in motion. For, you guessed it, a headbutt. And there we go again. I'm going to get hoarse from saying headbutt alone. And Missing Link, just for the second time in the match, taking time out just to show off how much of a strange one he really is. Choking. You see eye rakes, biting, low blows, now choking. The Missing Link is... He's really making a point this time. Repeated headbutts, followed by another one. Maybe he felt the match was too close last time and he didn't make his point despite winning. So I guess he's on a missing mission. Shoulder block. Getting all charged up. He's going to fly from the top rope. Looks like another headbutt. In a pool of his own blood. 2.9. Strongheart still has some strength left in him, but how much? He's been beaten, battered, bullied, blowed down low. Any more B words? Butted. Butted. How many times has he been butted? Someone's got to have a concussion here. For these head-to-head impacts. Strongheart with that backflip kick to the top of the head, though. Another Death Valley driver. He's going to push this to 10 minutes as he lays his opponent across the Strong Management logo. Shout out to our main sponsor. 2.9, by the way. Dragon Screw leg whip into the Strongheart stretch. He's already had a 2.9 to equalize. I wasn't sure if the match was that close, but each man has had a 2.9. And Strongheart would dearly like to get this win because he lost the first match between these two. If he loses both, kind of a hard case to make for him to get another shot here. And it would, in theory, be onward and upward for the Missing Link while Strongheart goes back to the drawing board. So a win would prevent that scenario. He would be 1-1 against the Missing Link. Which would be a decent feather in the cap. I mean, the Missing Link was... He was never a slouch. Always dangerous, always menacing. And speaking of menacing, choke this man out. Just drenching the Triple S logo of Strong Management with blood, making it more red. Now just holding and shots to the side of the head. Strongheart's covering up, but ref still got to ask him, do you want to quit here? Fire jumping powerbomb, however, also across the Strong Management logo, and the Missing Link is tough though. But still, another 2.9. Boot, big boot. This match does have to be close, doesn't it? Very bloody ring, but Strongheart, undaunted, cinches in a rear choke. These men are laying in blood. cast this man out of the ring. Strongheart took a breath there, but now he's going to go in motion. Wow. Flying missile battering ram. Now he's getting clubbed down, and you guessed it, headbutt. Missing Link hasn't headbutted a guy in a while. It seemed like it's all he wanted to do for the first part of the match. And Strongheart trying to give him a dose of his own medicine. Feeds him some of those headbutts back. And he'll go for an arrogant pin. What a way to end that match. You use the guy's own move against him. And then you don't even hook the leg. You just knock him senseless and then just arrogantly, just two hands on him. That's all I need to keep you down at this point. So, crowd cheering Strongheart. Missing Link is, I mean, officially in game, he's parts unknown. So I guess the crowd wouldn't necessarily favor the Missing Link. They don't know he's from Canada. Who knows where he's from? He's parts unknown. I personally know he's from Canada, so I'm a little sad that he lost, but I'm also happy for Strongheart because I've thought that maybe he's better than his achievements up to this point have suggested. He's more entertaining anyway. He's fun to watch than his current level of fame might suggest. So good for him. And perhaps most importantly is that I can justify running this match again. Like if it just happens to shake out, that I kind of want to put these, maybe these two guys come together again, either through process of elimination or whatever. There would be some point to it because it's 1-1 as opposed to if Missing Link had just stomped him out. Like if that early going was any indication of what the match was going to be, and it was like an 8-minute just slap down, it'd be a little difficult to do this again. Although, well, why not? Because maybe after being bloodied and battered awful, the way Strongheart was, it wasn't just about losing. It's like, if you're going to embarrass and humiliate me like that, I want you again. So yeah, I guess based on how the match was going, we could have done this match a third time either way. But it's a better sell to say these guys have each won a match. A fan is more likely to probably care. Whereas to say that Missing Link is 2-0 against him, they might say, well, I guess I can skip this, can't I? But no, you must see it again if these guys go again, because it'll be the decider of the rubber match. Boy, I over-commented on one opening match for no title. Anyway. All right, after that 100% match evaluation, advance to match 2 for the DFW Dramatic Fight Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Team Satan, the first ones who were already part of this promotion to possess this title. There's a title history there with some guys that we don't really know that well or at all. They lost the titles to Team Sharpshooter version 2, who then turned it over to another Canada-led team, the Owens team. Mr. Stoic precedes KO, DFW Tag Team Champions. Fight. I Rake from KO, followed by the body slam. Another slam. Satan's General will employ eye rakes of his own. KO perhaps getting ahead of that. Draw first blood, so to speak, on the cheating subject. Oh, was trying to... Was that a rolling heel kick? I was about to say KO all set to throw his weight around there, but looked like he was just going to use his momentum to land a kick. Anyway, all four men are in the ring now. Mr. Stoic will take over against powerful, as we see the test of strength there, Will Stewart, Satan's foot soldier. Arm drag takedown by Mr. Stoic, but he eats an eye poke in return from the foot soldier. In motion, goes for the flying body press. That was a large man to do a flying body press. Mr. Stoic ducks under it, but he's not able to duck under an arm drag takedown. Big stiff elbow knocks his man flat. And if you're Mr. Stoic, you definitely want to prove something here. Because these are the men that Eddie turned the titles over to. Vertical suplex out of the ring, double team.
2, 3.
But if you saw the episode, you know that there was a bit of a footnote to how that title change occurred.
8,
Meanwhile, Will Stewart bullying KO outside the ring, but then eats.
11,
Was that an eye rake, test of strength 1, clubbing blow,
14.
wild action outside the ring. But yeah, if you're Mr. Stoic, you want to prove that really never should have lost to these guys. That was just circumstance. That was just business. Now he gets the chance to test his skills against them in a proper manner. Everyone's part of this promotion. It's just a fair contest. May the best team win.
5 minutes gone.
Double team vertical suplex again by Team Owens, this time across the Strong Management logo. Shout out to our main sponsor. In the ring this time, though. Big body slam from the big man in motion. But a bit early to maybe try to exploit a downed opponent. All men are probably still relatively fresh at this point. Oh. Boy, reversal. Vertical suplex out of the ring. I don't know if Mr. Stoic might have been attempting a top rope maneuver. In any case,
4, 5,
obtains a baseball bat, does Will Stewart. He loses it, but he doesn't lose control on the one-man gang. Forward slam.
10,
Out onto the floor.
11,
Arm drag takedown on the floor. Where there is padding, but it is concrete underneath there, presumably. Or hardwood or something.
17.
Not a soft landing despite that padding. The padding just means you won't die on impact. It's still going to hurt like a... Anyway, what was that? Double arm suplex into the turnbuckle. Shoulder. Just bullying his man down. Knee. Satan's General is taking Mr. Stoic to Satan's school a bit there. Eddie gets the heck out of there, flees, if you will. And Satan's General employs some of that eye rake that I said he would. And he's just stacking up Owens in the championship corner. Both Owens flung into the turnbuckle. And drags his eyeballs across the top rope. He's Satan's General. The General settling into some steady cheating right now. Vertical suplex. The big man is going to go in motion with the backsplash, but he eats another eye rake. Satan's General buys himself some time to make the tag, and we will see a double team satanic powerbomb assisted low blow too. Satan's General is doing his thing this match. That's what he's known for. Bending the rules, breaking them. Whatever it
10
takes.
minutes gone.
One man gang, forward suplex slam. Arm drag takedown though. Eddie just trying to stop the momentum that Team Satan seems to have. The challenge is looking good right now. Suplex slam into the figure 4 leg lock. We're in the ropes, however. Oh, well, not according to the ref. Probably weren't going to see a submission this early. It's really only Terrible Ted who tends to get submissions this early in the match. Oh, Olympic slam.
1,
Mr. Stoic goes flying out there. Now he's got to deal with the general out there on the floor.
4,
Back suplex folds him in half.
6, 7,
Crossface chicken wing wearing him down. There's action going on inside the ring too, but
10,
tombstone pile driver across the strong management logo. Figure 4 leg lock. But not on the legal man, I guess. Yeah, KO's got to get out of there. Oh, there was that roll up that Eddie Owens won these titles with. Will Stewart must have watched the film on that and watched the recording and escaped it. Saw it coming, perhaps. And the big man's going to fly frog splash. And then Eirik getting back to some of those cheating tactics we saw early. With KO, he's definitely trying to give the general some of his own medicine. Looks like a foot to the throat, probably. We couldn't see over the massive frame of the foot soldier, blocking our view. Stampede power slam. All 4 men in the ring again, though. Assisted powerbomb. Two-on-two action here. And Will Stewart saves his leader, his general. Does a backflip and a pose down. The agility and the strength. Will Stewart is an impressive specimen, to say the least. And then he batters away both members of Team Owens. Just the one count, though, as he hit 15-minute mark. Sidewalk backbreaker, followed by another frog splash. Rolled his man over. The general's bringing help. Wasn't needed, just the 2 count. Oof. Forward pile driver. Ooh, chop block if you know your football. Throat's getting dry. Wow. Press slam, power on display. Kevin Owens goes tumbling out of the ring, and now Eddie Owens is getting 2-on-1 beatdown in the ring. Team Satan takes a moment to pose, probably to the chagrin of the Canadian fans who are presumably rooting for Team Owens, Kevin Owens being from Quebec. All 4 men in the ring. Fireman's carry slam by Mr. Stoic. And he'll fly. Top rope. Wow. Moonsault to knock his man down. Can he follow up? He eats a big body slam in return. Figure 4 leg lock squarely in the middle of the ring. KO will make the save just in case. Will boot him in the, well, legs or crotch perhaps. And the referee gets bowled over by the big KO. Thrashing around, not able to make any sort of pin or ruling on anything. Will he wake up in time to try a pinfall here? He does, but Will Stewart had forever to escape it. Thanks to the referee being knocked down earlier by Eddie's own partner. So will that cost Team Owens possibly the title? That might have been 3. The situation was there for that to be a clean pin attempt. The ref had been knocked senseless, unable to perform his duty temporarily. Team Owens, though, working a 2-on-1 situation. Kevin Owens appeals to the Canadian crowd after Will Stewart gets tossed bodily. Oh, Will Stewart breaks up. What was that, a vertical suplex? Will Stewart breaks it up with a massive clothesline. And now KO's in the wrong part of town. In the satanic corner, he's going to eat a tombstone pile driver. Satan's general gets tagged in. 2-on-1 now. Just smashes him with a clothesline. giant swing as a wear down because it's not the legal combination, so there'll be no submission attempt made here. Kevin Owens very gamely. I mean, just keep fighting is the nickname in his profile. He didn't back down. He didn't try to run away. He stood up and kept fighting. Now he ate a super kick, however. Still fighting. So now that he's gained the upper hand and gotten a piece of the general, now he's going to tag out. Smartly, but he's eating a nut grab, nut crunch. And Satan's general in an awkward predicament, but Will Stewart comes in, breaks it up, and poses down for good measure. Why not just grandstand in the middle of a very tense situation where it's got to be close and the title, there was a title on the line. What better time to take time out and just be flamboyant and, yeah. Keep your eye on the prize would be my advice. Running forearm shiver to the back of the head. Mr. Stoic regains the upper hand. Fireman's carry slam across the strong management logo. And what else he's got in store? Power bomb. Well, this is Stoic's time to shine, clearly. Is that a backbreaker in the submission attempt? Kevin Owens tries to come in there to prevent the save, but the foot soldier beats his way through everyone. Just levels KO with a clothesline. Mr. Stoic's bringing the action back to the champion's corner. Tags out to the big man. Oof, there was that vertical suplex pile driver. There's got to be a name for that. Assisted power bomb. Yes, he did call for it. See that? Satan's general, he made the indication, I'm going for the lock. Clench his hands together. Goes for the standing crossface chicken wing, but it was not legal at the time, so no submission. But oof. Widow's peak slam. The foot soldier with momentum running. Clothesline. Few men would have the physicality to just smash Kevin Owens around. But look at the musculature, look at the physique and the athleticism of the foot soldier. He is all kinds of dangerous. But KO regains upper hand. We're over 26 minutes, by the way. What a heck of a match. Double back suplex applied. Team up. Will Stewart smartly gets out of there. Tags in the general. Double drop kick. Teamwork by Team Satan. In the 2-on-1 situation, just the numbers just eating up Eddie right now. But he's back on his feet. Backbreaker. Looked like he might have went for a leg, some sort of leg submission. Stanley Adams very shrewdly gets out of there. What's that? A rotating vertical suplex. Low blow, however. Another fireman's carry slam. Now he'll try the submission in the middle of the ring across the logo, the main sponsor, and we have the submission. More vindication, more validation for Mr. Stoic. He retains the title for Team Owens against the team he turned the belts over to. As I give the Canadian crowd a chance to go wild for their Canadian-led team, anyway. Because, I think it's safe to say that after Mr. Stoic had to jump through some hoops to finally be allowed into this promotion, including turning over his DFW tag titles to this team, Team Satan. That was the event before Canada Day, so that would have been June. So quite a few months until Mr. Stoic had his opportunity to show that he should never have lost to these guys. And good for Kevin Owens, too, especially considering his trust is D. So they'll keep the titles, and there'll be at least one more title match for KO. Please improve your trust. I just fixed up the lounge for you. It should help keep your trust in order. You should be happy. You're a champion, and you have a title defense. Improve your trust. Still, DFW Tag Team Champions, Team Owens. Match 3. Newly formed 3-man Team Sharpshooter competes for Canada's 6-man Tag Championship. So we're guaranteed to see a first here. Either Jin Dynasty, can they finally have a title defense? They will have to go through these 3 experts on the Sharpshooter submission hold. The Sharpshooter Syndicate, blue hair, the Canadian sensation, the Hitman, Bret Hart, the leader. Deathblow Ken comes into view, followed by Black Dragon God, Trick Prince, the leader of Jin Dynasty. The Trick Prince didn't have much success with his first configuration of his Jin Dynasty. This one was victorious their first time out. Can they get it done? In defense, old school arm drag takedown by the crafty old veteran, Bret the Hitman Hart. Muay Thai knee strikes to the face, however, and then knee down low to the foundation. Martial arts, sophisticated martial arts leg strikes, and then brazenly mounts the sharpshooter corner turnbuckle. Too early maybe to try that. Bret Hart gets up, tags out, applies the dragon screw leg whip. And we're about to get sensational. As Alan Hawkins takes to the ring, only to get torture rack slammed. Call it that. Abdominal stretch, however, just to try to slow down the momentum of the Trick Prince here. Oh, going up to the top turnbuckle after all. Wow. Reverse Frankensteiner from the turnbuckle? Heavens. Shoot, takedown. Oh. But Blue Hair rescues the Canadian sensation, his old partner. They tagged together previously. Went separate ways for a brief period, but now they're back with an extra friend. Was that an assisted powerbomb we just saw? Too busy pondering the big picture. There's that schoolyard gas pedal, foot in the crotch move. It's probably supposed to be some sort of ankle lock, but all I can see is that he's just grinding his foot into his freaking crotch. Anyway, there's an ankle lock. Wow. Wild martial arts striking. It all turned out to be timing in the space of things. Or someone would finally land a strike there. Spectacular, though, by 2 Japanese martial artists. And the former DFW Tag Team Champions, the BH version of Sharpshooter there, executing the double team. But now it's Bret Hart eating Muay Thai knee strikes. And death below Ken this time. Now Black Dragon God. So Bret Hart's getting the taste of everyone so far. He is the leader, the captain, girl. Can he do what Wolf Hockfield did for Canada? Which is win the Canadian Six-Tag Championship as the leader. Excellently executed body slam before Bret Hart tags out. Belly to belly overhead suplex executed by Black Dragon God. The Canadian Sensation is looking for a way to get in there. Applies the arm trap. Crossface. Wow. Fold him in half. Back suplex into the torture grind. Help is on the way, though, as both BH members, Team Sharpshooter, get in there to rescue the Sensation. It was a sensational save. Once again, well, yeah, Sharpshooter's demonstrating so far. You're not going to just exploit us in our own corner. We're going to intervene, easy to say. Black Dragon God looking very proficient, though. He was the one who actually got the finish, winning the title in Jin Dynasty version 2, and now he's working mounted strikes. 9 minutes. We almost had a sensational suplex there, but it turned into a reversal. The Sensation spills out onto the floor. Chaos, as all 6 men are involved in some form or another. Some sort of leg hook. Vertical suplex. Trick Prince is going to fly. Top rope. Wow. Flying. Diamond cutter. He's going up top again for the moonsault. My, that was a wow, wasn't it? Rather premature finish for a 6-tag, 10 minutes. Huh. Okay, maybe the Sharpshooter Syndicate needs a little bit more time to work out the kinks in terms of functioning as a 3-man team. That was a pretty early finish for 6-tag. Okay, well, I mean, the Trick Prince looked fantastic there. Oh my goodness. Spectacularity on display. And puts a stamp on this title reign. There's your title defense. I think we pretty much have to see this again, though. I don't think any of us were expecting it to be that brief. We didn't see the full force or fury of what Team Sharpshooter had to offer there. Abrupt finish, surprise finish, but hey, we still got an 80% match evaluation despite the brevity. And yeah, interesting, exciting for how long it was on. So, okay, congratulations, Jin Dynasty. The Trick Prince now can check that off of his wrestling bucket list. A title defense. Match 4 for Canada's Junior Championship. So we retain over 90% match evaluation right now as the irredeemable Shota. This is way down. He's been champion twice. His first crack at Christian. So it's the irredeemable versus Christ the Redeemer. or Christian the Redeemer, however you want to phrase it. Yes, I'm gonna ramp up the religious context here. I'm doing it just to make it more exciting. So Christian will try to redeem Shota through violence, I suppose. He will try to teach Shota the error of his ways. Shota tried to show Christian to a spot flat on his back with that haymaker attempt. And I think he tried for the fire breath there too. So coming out with the more instrumental components of his bag of tricks right off the start. And there's a back suplex across the Strong Management logo. Shout out to the main sponsor, Dragon Screw Leg Whip. The champs avoided calamity so far, even as I say that. The vertical suplex is reversed, and Christian finds himself spilling onto the floor. Shota in no hurry to chase his man outside the ring. He's got plenty of Shota can turn it into a street fight in the ring. He doesn't need outside the ring to make this match down and dirty. Another dragon screw leg whip. Combination striking twice. It's the 1-2. Tried bombs away there. Maybe going for the knockout. So perhaps that near miss after eating those combinations might cause Christian to be a little less likely to stand in front of Shota. That sophisticated striking. Mexico Miguel has eaten that in full more than once. Okay, there's the blood. That's what I'm talking about. Christian responds with an eye poke, but Shota reasserts his cheating ways with the low blow. We have blood, we have brutality now. As the mounted strike to the back of the head barrage. And again with the vertical suplex. Christian might be taller, but Shota is well built, cut, muscular, strong guy. He's landing combination strikes, body blows. Now he's working that torture grind. Blood's collecting below the champion. I mean, from the beginning, this junior championship has been hard to keep. Since its inception, we've seen one title defense grand total. Ankle lock, blood just gathering around the Strong Management logo in a pool. That wasn't just a damp spot. That was a scary amount of blood. There's a thick pool there. Oh, jeez. The champ is bleeding Canadian red all over this mat. Pounding strikes to the back of the head. The brutality. Combination striking. Shota's doing it all right now. Everything we've gotten used to him doing. The bloodletting, the combination striking, the brutality with the ground and pound. Here's the windmill striking. Just too much, too much. You can't fend that off. It's in times like that that the irredeemable is irresistible. It brings that sophisticated striking to the table, and so far no junior has an answer for that. Body blows and down into that torture grind again. Boy. After having to sit out due to neck trauma against Mexico Miguel, Shota is back with a purpose. Eats a DDT, however. And as we've seen over and over, back suplex, we've seen over and over, getting bloodied early is not necessarily a indication that you're going to lose. We've seen a number of very game, feisty competitors rise to the occasion of blood loss to win in the end. Just a straight right, power right hand combination striking. Christian is looking battered and dizzy out there. combination striking up high, lands a terrible body blow, knocks this man down, and he's not done with the bloodletting. Kama, as the Japanese might call it. I prefer to call it scythe. DDT. Flying clothesline. Ooh, there's that fire breath. Christian was wise to get out of the way. Shota, not a bad idea to try it a second time, because who would have guessed you'd immediately uncork another one? But Christian is perhaps wise to that. Boy. Is anyone wise enough to withstand the full-scale assault of the Irredeemable when he's firing on all cylinders like that? And if you go back to that first day when I first introduced Shota and I said, I've seen this guy before, he comes with a pretty high price tag to have him in this promotion, but you'll see where the money goes. I thought that was a pretty good example of what can happen when the Irredeemable is doing his thing and is on his game. He is devastating, dirty, and just about everything else. And he is, again, your junior Canadian champion. Whew. Almost scary, isn't it? Match 5 for Canada's Tag Team Championship. So these are the two biggest men to enter the ring against Team Terrible. They are Team Big. They won the Tag Team Championship at the Canada Day Spectacular version 2. Big Mike, Big Titan. Since then, Team Terrible has been on a tear, punishing Big Mike in singles action for daring to get the finish on Canada Day. And then the revenge culminated with, there it says right there, reclaiming the titles. Canada's tag team champions for the 4th time. Can Team Big reestablish this as a legitimate rivalry? Big Titan starts. The bear goes for the bear gore. Shoot, takedown, misses. Boston Crab. Bigston Crab. Boot to the midsection. Rolls him up in the small package there type of move, but even the bear doesn't finish people typically in a minute. Bear hug, quite literally. So Big Titan trying to manhandle the bear a little bit, trying to toss him around. He gets bowled over. He gets bared over. I believe I mentioned that in their previous contest, that the big team really should try not to be too direct with trying to overpower the bear, because that's not likely to happen. A little bit more finesse perhaps is called for. Big tags out to Big. Now all 4 men in the ring as Jason joins in. Assisted. Powerbomb. Absolutely good idea for Team Big to work together. Big Mike tossed out of the ring, but he gets back in rather quickly. slam. Stomp to the hockey mask. Another stomp to the hockey mask, but Jason the Terrible shows he's got some strength as well. Body slam on the Big Mike, and then face mask down low. Exchange of strikes you'd think would favor Jason. With the hockey mask for armor, he does win it. Flying shoulder by Jason. Jawbreaker sends Big Mike flying into the challenger corner. They tag out. All four men in there again. Chance for another double team. Another assisted powerbomb. Another Bigston Crab. So both members of Team Big have employed the Boston Crab. Maybe that's a strategy. Maybe that's a move they figured this is maybe something we could try. Neck crank. I've seen guys submit to that move more than once. Although it's probably the guillotine is more the wrestling bear's specialty. And there we have it. 7 minutes. Big Titan gets out of there quickly. The quicker the better. Now, attempt at a double team. Another one of those surprise roll-ups. I think I called it a small package earlier. It's really more the surprise roll-up, as I call it. Small package is a little more... It's a different type of cradling, rolling move. So Big Mike also tries his hand at using the Irish whip on Terrible Ted. It does not work. Oh, well. Big Mike tries for the spinning back fist. Not a bad idea. But the wily bear rolls him up again. Snap bear. Ooh, looks like the bear might have been going for another submission attempt, but Big Mike kicks him out of it. Kicks his way free. Using some of that strength. Awesome strength of Big Mike. Jason the Terrible sinks in the camel clutch.
10 minutes gone.
Assisted powerbomb for the third time. When wear down on the Boston Crab. Teamwork here. Jawbreaker, though, slows the momentum of Team Big, and that falling headbutt with the hockey mask. Jawbreaker just utilizing the helmet. The hockey mask as a weapon again. Just putting those headbutts in combination. Big Titan finally breaks some momentum with a body slam. Gut stomp. Running clothesline. Spinning back suplex. The tide has shifted back in favor of Team Big. We've been seeing momentum shifts of late, so finally we see some teamwork out of Team Terrible. Normally they don't even need to. But they work the double clothesline in that case. You might as well. The wrestling bear showing off its ground expertise. Flying. Kick. Side of the head. Wow. There's some power. Press slams a bear. Spinning back fist. There's that neck crank submission, but it might have been in the ropes. There we go. Running shoulder block floors the bear. Rolling backsplash off the top rope. We're back to that bear hug though. Assisted powerbomb. Team Big working as a team again. Very good idea. Goes for the pin attempt. We're deep in the terrible corner. Headbutt. Down low. Guillotine choke. Ugh. And there you have it. It is pretty standard. I was almost going to say we're getting to that point where, you know, we're getting well within the range where the bear could apply the submission hold and get the finish. And there we have it. And I did mention that was more the bear's signature move, the guillotine. And yeah, reality is setting back in again. I was hoping that Team Big would might have what it takes to really make this competitive. And you know, it was. I mean, this match was competitive. I mean, it is only, this was the 2 out of 3 match. So, you know, even though Team Terrible has won the last 2, it's still only 2-1. We might think about this again. Not sure how long Team Big wants to stay together. They're used to competing for the heavyweight championship. But I don't know. Did they do well enough against the Bear and Jason to want to give this another go? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, I mean, it's another thing that's the same story. Not only is, so now that Team Terrible gets this title defense, not only are they're the only team that's ever recorded a title defense for this championship, but by getting at least one, they have always had at least one defense per reign. So, there you go. Still, Canada's tag team champions. The dominance is back on, it seems. Match 6 for Canada's heavyweight championship, as Pearl Harbor explodes for the second time on the heels of yet another tag team defeat. Wise man Ted Axel, perhaps out of frustration, perhaps out of jealousy that his partner is the heavyweight champion, or maybe just out of just simple ambition to be the best. Ted Axel seeks to become, for the second time, the $50,000 champion. But he'll have to go through the People's Champion and Canada's heavyweight champion, the Baron Charles. And they fought once before, as mentioned in the intro. And that was the finish, was it not? Baron Charles went for the airplane spin. Ted Axel rolled him up. On that day, Ted Axel successfully defended his title against Baron Charles with that combo, with that sequence. And he looked to set a record this time for fastest pinfall ever. Anyway, pile driver. Serious for this early in the match. Last time we saw someone get pile driven that early in the match, they lost their title. That would be a good tone setter if you can get that off early. Speaking of getting things off early, see the look that Ted Axel gave him as he shoved that chair aside? He looked down at him and say, "You don't really think you're going to get away with that twice in a row, do you?" If you remember, Baron Charles did induce the disqualification against Bret the Hitman Hart to retain the title. Could we see a similar finish? It's possible. It's not up to Ted Axel where the referee believes that the chair was used. No, he says, no, we're not doing this. If you don't succeed, if at first you don't succeed, try again, as they say. Well, changing tactics is your champion as he goes for the crotch clutch. Okay, so this time he gets the airplane spin off properly. But we are in the ropes, and the referee says, let him go. The two blue-clad men in the blue corner right now fighting. They've been teammates fighting out of that corner. Now they're just plain fighting. Running strike. Oh, and some more off-color, outside the box tactics. Gets punched in the butt for his trouble, but oh, well, yeah. You saw it.
5 minutes gone.
Apologies to any parents who might have children watching. That's not G-rated stuff right there. Rodeo, armbreaker. And oh yeah, second time is twice as nice, I guess. You know what I mean by two? Anyway, maybe. I should cut that out. I should edit that. Half of this match should be edited. Some of the things we've seen. Anyway, the challenger is going to fly. Falling fist to the groin. Mind you. Attacking the foundation as well. So things have been a little bit... this match has been a little dirty. It's been a little off color. But I'm sure that's okay with the champion. This is the type of match he likes. Forward. Pile driver. Ted Axel is splattered across the Strong Management logo. Shout out to the main sponsor. Another forward pile driver. Victory roll. 2 count and a touch early. The champion sending a message. Drop kick landed as the Baron attempts the boot. Gets counter kicked. Challenger now. Irish whip into the turnbuckle, but the Baron comes out with a baronial body slam, flies off the top rope, returns the favor, and that falling fist, and a little bit of arrogance to cap it off. I don't even need more than 1 foot. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. I guess the Baron decided that previous iterations of the pile driver were not successful, so he tried something a little more outside the box, let's say. Just a variation on the pile driver. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, moving on. I'm trying to move on. It's hard to get that image out of the head. Anyway, the airplane spin. One of these days, Baron Charles has got to finish somebody with the airplane spin. Make them so dizzy they just can't continue. DDT. DD Ted.
10 minutes gone.
European uppercut. The Baron goes back to that eye rake. Forearm smash. Rolling backsplash. Ted Axel fights back with the rodeo armbreaker. Now he's got the champ laid down in the center of the ring, but the champ is up on his feet. Teddy Twister, did we decide that was okay to call it that? I'm still not sure. I'm comfortable with it, but knee drape, back breaker. Looks like Ted Axel is applying the Phoenix Plex, a $50,000 Phoenix Plex. Only 2 count though, and we're back to that in the pants pile driver. Oh, good lord! Now he'll apply the knee drapes, backbreaker. Turnabout is fair play. It's no accident these guys are a team. They got some similar approaches. Anyway, Ted Axel, maybe ill-advised there, tuckered out to begin with. Irish whips his man when they get run over. Small package, but we're in the ropes. Checking on the challenger for dizziness right now. Oh, he's still got some left in him. New Age Bulldog. Grip in the back of the head. Back to the ball grab. The nut clutch. Oh my God! Ted Axel, the wise man, decided he wanted no more of that. He said, "Go easy on my nether region. I give up. Just stop. No more." Well, I mean, technically it's not a low blow, so it's okay. It's merely a low strategy. In any case, it was a pain-based maneuver, which is what submission wrestling is all about. And if you can get your man to say, "I've had enough, I choose to end this," then, that's valid. I mean, look at UFC. Mixed martial arts choking is legal. I don't know if you can wrench the guy's region until he says no more, but here you can. And however which way you get it done, the Baron Charles is still Canada's heavyweight champion. And, Ted Axel, he may not have poked the bear, but he did poke the Baron. Probably pissed him off maybe a little too much in that pre-match. And maybe in a way, this is karma. This is kind of what you get. A very painful, I give up. And we remain with Baron Charles as our champion. And still, so, found myself uncomfortable watching / calling this match. Just kind of feel like these two should be friends, not foes. And I'd like to think Canadians would prefer these two as Team Canada Blue. Anyway, let's just say, due to broadcasting time constraints, this match will not be shown. And I like the ring out finish. Countout means maybe they didn't hurt each other too badly. So 82% match evaluation for the main event. Commensurate, I believe, is a good word for the average card rating of 83, so over 80. success. But more importantly than whether we're a success is the actual profit here. Okay. So as we focus on that middle figure, the profit, I now lean toward actually doing the gym upgrade while we still have the strong management discount. I'm leaning toward it because even with a $540,000 decrease to this profit, which would be the cost of the gym, we'd still have made around $900,000, which if you add that to our current total, we'd be right there for the 10 million goal. And if nothing else, we should see how painfully close we can get to 10 million while falling tragically short. So join me for how all that shakes out in the year 2 final episode. December is next.